at the half. Interesting formation.
I mean, really, you're at the 4-yard line, and you don't feel comfortable enough in your offense to be able to run a traditional play. I mean, I get the first one when you put yourself kind of backed up inside the 1-yard line.
I mean, this is sad.
I mean, that is just a complete lack of confidence in faith of your offense to be able to execute coming off your end line. That is unbelievable what they just did.
Final meeting with these two teams, obviously, and on a 1st and 10, with heavy pressure put on them right there by Franklin Myers, they go to Dawson Knox. The tight end is out of bounds, and Mosley is the one who steered him that way with a catch and run on the game's opening play. Oh, he may have gotten it off in time, but you heard the whistle. That was at the time of the snap. And now we got some shoving on the near sideline here. Job by the number 32 defense. Second consecutive Buffalo 3-and-out. A bad punt right here. Hawk lets this one go off the side of his foot and down inside the 48. And a shovel. We got a big fight here with players throwing each other down at the other end. We missed the worst of it, and you can see this with the flags and the frustration.
Watches it's towards the end of the play. Bawden's right there on the ground, and he's going after Ferguson, it looks like.
Reed Ferguson is the long snapper.
Ferguson gets knocked down twice, and so he decides to tackle him and bring in a wrestling move. Then all the next thing you know, everybody gets involved.
It's the second skirmish we've seen.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 by each team. Personal foul, receiving team, number 48. Personal foul, kicking team, number 50. Those fouls will offset on 4th down. We will replay 4th down.
And they give up perhaps great field position. The ball right now at the 48 because the punter, Matt Hawk, put it off his
And that's what Salah's upset about. He's like, what do you mean you're letting him repunt? That was a terrible punt. It should be a dead ball penalty, and it should stay the spot. He wants to keep the spot where it was.
He hasn't had much practice last couple games. He hasn't been punting. And this one is worse. This one is worse, if you can believe it. At the 45 of the Bills. My goodness. Now, you mentioned the wind, but I'm not sure what the wind had to do with that. It was a 21-yard punt. Time. The run. Go back to 2, the 3-yard line.
Wow, the official got hit really hard over there, Kevin.
He did.
Oh, he's up and moving. Is there a penalty thrown?
Well, and you can clearly see there's a pit flag was just thrown. And
well, it was probably thrown because they were yelling at the officials for not having a penalty. Lost his cool a little bit. Watches Phillips. He gets hit. He gets hit underneath. Now watch the official. Fortunately for him, that wall is padded.
On the rivalry, quote, it's always black and gold over black and red. Who dat versus, what do they say? Rise up. They haven't risen to a challenge since 2015. But in fact, they're such rivals that the Falcons won't even put the Saints' name on their scoreboard. It's Falcons and it's visitors. They're not going to put the name Saints up. They're not even going to acknowledge that they're here. So visitors have a 7-0 lead.
The pettiness is unrivaled, and I love it.
From the 43 on 1st down, this is Cordero Patterson. And Patterson down to the 39-yard line. Well, there is nothing, as you can see, a little pushing and shoving. And from the 13, 1st down, Simeon throwing for Smith. End zone. Did he pull it in? He did. What a touchdown for Traquan Smith. And the Saints extend the lead. This is the 15-yard penalty when Traquan Smith ripped his helmet off in the field of play. Can't do that. Matt Ryan on the roll for the 2-point try to the back of the end zone. Caught by Tajay Sharp. And it's 30-21. And now we get a little pushing and shoving, and there's a flag. This is Tajay Sharp. running over to talk to C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and there's the flag. He's
I think it was him and
Alexander.
Alexander. They had a little spat before. And Matt Ryan, see?
Not happy.
Philly rushing 4. Prescott. He'll throw it away. 4th down. Prescott will pick himself up. Milton Williams. And a skirmish as players come together. Some good old-fashioned Eagles and Cowboys. We mentioned the rivalry. Oh, yeah. These guys do this in meaningless games. This one counts.
And there was nothing good that was going to happen if you drop back and you try to pick up this first down. So a good call there by Shanahan. You can see how physical it's getting down the field between these two teams.
I don't want to run into New Orleans, and if they win.
Robbie Anderson doesn't have much going. He loses a couple on that one.
A lot of their deficiencies in the run game and the pass game.
Here's Lindsey. Yeah, they're 2 lead backs right now.
Andre Roberts ran one back 101 last week for a touchdown. Picked him up in mid-season from the Texans. And he'll give the Chargers the start at the 23-yard line as Hunter backs up. Collects at the 20. Then gets popped at the 32-yard line. Trey McKitty. A little scrum developed after that play when McKitty tackled Renfro.
And the only people in pain are in Pittsburgh. These two teams go off to the playoffs.
And they're in severe pain. Again, if it winds up in a tie, the Raiders go to Kansas City.
And the Pittsburgh fans,
they're going crazy.
Look a lot like that.
Murray, a back foot launch, and it seemed like he and Wesley were not on the same page. Kirk tried to run it down. And you see him kind of yelling at Antoine Wesley there, like, hey, you got to move out to the
he
route
gets
that I want.
Like you get on top of that. Wesley was on top of the DB, meaning, hey man, we're going to throw this thing deep. And I don't think he's happy about the Carlos Dunlop pulling him down either.
By Christian Kirk. Murray under pressure, being chased by Robert Condici, and he'll run it and get that penalty yardage back.
Pete not happy. He thought Condici got held. Letting the officials know about it too.
Worked with 2 timeouts and a chance to end this game in regulation. Roethlisberger rifles to the outside. He's got room after the catch. Deontay Johnson, first down, Steelers. And the drive remains alive. Johnson and Geno Stone jawing at one another. That one covers 11 yards. What a move by Johnson.
That route looked familiar. Remember in the first half, he laid that route, the same route down. And this time when they flat out needed it.
2nd and 1. Burkhead trying to pick up the first down, and he does inside the 30 and down.
Illegal formation. Defense number 93. A 5-yard penalty results in a first down. This is the end of the third quarter. Unbelievable.
There's the long snapper, and there's Guy. He's got to be outside the framework of the body of the long snapper. He tries to move at the end, but he doesn't get over. And you can see right there, he's watching him, and here's Acorn's reaction. He's just hot, and those are just plays that this Patriots organization doesn't make very often.
Play clock winding down. Reset it. Gonna need to use a timeout. So Pete Carroll, I think, is upset because the play clock was winding down, but the official had signaled to the clock operator to reset it.
The play clock was not reset to the proper time.
That's why. So we said the play clock was winding down. So Pete Carroll saw what we saw on our graphic, that the play clock was winding down. They had never properly reset the play clock, so they don't charge Carroll a timeout here. You can kind of read his lips. Oh, you're going to call that after I call the timeout? So they don't take the timeout away there.
They might go to that same route combination they had on that first and 10, excuse me.
Cannon to the end zone, and this one is picked off and taken back out by the interception of Keenum in the final seconds. Mike Hilton comes up with the pick after it was deflected by Marcus Bailey, and there are a couple of flags at the end of the play. Second interception of the year for Hilton.
Oh!
Ball is loose.
It's still loose.
Bengals say they have it.
Meanwhile, nobody wants to get up. I mean, at some point, the officials got to get these players off and figure out who's holding on to the ball. Uh-oh. Got the Boo Birds coming out.
Now, Vinovich telling the players to get away.
It took them a little while. I guess they wanted the ball to exchange another 5 more times down there before they started pulling the guys off. Looked like they just signaled Browns football. Nope, nope. There we go. It is official, Kenny. Browns.
How many officials does it take to get to the bottom of the pile?
They're still fighting.
Clock for 2-2-3, please. Cleveland ball, first down.